You walk down the same street every day, a coffee shop, a bookstore, that little flower shop that's always had its door open. You've been walking past it for a year. Then one day, you realize the flower shop is now a restaurant, and you have no idea when it closed. The strange thing is, this isn't really about the street. The same thing happens on your phone, in everything you scroll past, in your everyday life. A lot of things just pass through, but you never really stop with them. This doesn't only happen on that street. Sometimes you open your phone, you tap on a message, watch a video, then another one. It's a lot like walking down that street. Some information passes by, some ideas pass by. Some things that might have stayed with you simply pass by. You did see them, you just didn't stay with them for very long. And you can't even remember what you looked at. Then there are those moments. An idea appears at the most unexpected moment. Maybe in the shower, maybe while staring out the window, maybe while walking without headphones. You're not trying to think about anything. It just shows up on its own. A problem that's been bothering you for weeks. Suddenly the answer is there. Something that happened a long time ago. You suddenly see it differently. Two ideas that seemed completely unrelated somehow connect. Moments like these usually happen when nothing new is coming in. Not because they're special, but because they're some of the few moments that are actually empty. A lot of people think thinking happens while reading, but often thinking happens afterward, after the input stops, in those moments when you're not doing anything at all. The strange thing is, you think you're choosing what to pay attention to, but a lot of the time, that decision has already been made before you're aware of it. A moment of emptiness appears, and you reach for your phone, just like when you walk down that street. You don't stop and look at every store, because it's easier coming to keep moving. In psychology, there's a term for this: negative reinforcement. It's not punishment. It's when a behavior removes an uncomfortable feeling, and that makes you more likely to do it again. Over time it becomes a pattern. So whenever discomfort shows up, it pulls you toward whatever feels comfortable. Not the best option, just the closest one. A moment of emptiness appears. Your phone is right there. So that's what you pick up. The screen lights up. That small feeling of discomfort disappears, and the cycle ends. You keep moving, nothing goes wrong, nothing dramatic happens. But little by little, you lose the ability to just be with yourself. Every gap, it starts to feel like something that needs to be filled. Otherwise, there's a slight sense of unease. If these moments matter so much, why do they seem to happen less and less? Because we've become very good at optimizing input, but we rarely leave space for processing. So the problem isn't that you're consuming too much information, it's that you haven't left much room for that information to settle. This isn't about consuming less, and it's not about becoming more disciplined. It's about creating a gap again, a gap between input and processing. Because what changes a person usually isn't the moment they encounter an idea. It's what happens afterward. An idea gets written down, seen again, connected to something else, given a new meaning. That's when it slowly becomes yours. Otherwise, even valuable information simply passes by. Just like that street, the bookstore may have been gone for months. And only today, you realize something is missing. You walked past it for a year, yet you can barely describe what it looked like. And those passing thoughts, those moments that might have left something behind, could have turned into something more if they had been given a chance to stay, if they had been remembered, if they had been seen again. This was one of the things that made me start thinking about the problem differently. Maybe the issue was never a lack of information. Maybe what we're missing is a place for information to stop, a place for ideas to stop, a place where things that would otherwise disappear have a chance to be seen a second time. That's why I started building my own system, not to save more information. Actually, the opposite. Its purpose is to let fewer things just pass through, to help the important things stay, to make sure input is followed by processing, that notes are followed by connections, that the things we encounter slowly become our own. If this video reminded you of something or brought back one of those quiet moments you've forgotten, let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to see more videos about information, attention, and the relationship between people and the tools they use, consider subscribing. See you in the next one.